Aluminium, or as the Americans call it, aluminum. That is in trouble right now in the United States because a fire in New York State has wiped out 40% of the aluminium that is due for US auto production. And a lot of this was going to go towards Ford F-150 pickup trucks, the most popular car in the United States for the last 40, 50 years, or however long it's been now. So production of that has been frozen for months as a result of this. This could really have a massive knock-on effect, but let's have a look at the full story here, guys, as always. So America's auto industry is facing one of the worst aluminium shortages in decades after a massive fire destroyed a significant part of the Novelis plant in Oswego, New York. This single factory was producing nearly half of all automotive aluminium used in the United States. The fire instantly created panic across the industry. Ford, which is the biggest customer for this plant, has been particularly heavily impacted by this. And as a result, the shortage is set to last well into 2026 as a result too. Now, when it comes to aluminium, of course, they are not going to be able to get any from another country very cheaply in the meantime either, because tariffs on imported aluminium, of course, are directly affecting the price of foreign-made aluminium in the United States. So either way, they're going to take a big L on this one. The financial impact is absolutely massive as well. Ford could face an $800 million hit due to the shortage, which would be one of the most significant supply disruptions the automotive industry has ever seen. And of course, the timing's pretty terrible as well. As we're getting towards Thanksgiving, we're getting towards Christmas. This is one of the busiest times for the automotive sector in the United States. As a result of this, the stock for Ford dropped by 7% in a single day, erasing billions in company value. If you know anything about the stock market, uncertainty goes up, stock goes down. Simple as that. And this is definitely making things a lot less certain when it comes to Ford. One analyst estimates that a 20% drop in F-150 production could result in 46,000 fewer trucks, and each is worth around $17,000 in profit to Ford. Do the maths, that's a lot of money. How much? $782 million in profit loss. Not revenue, profit. And yes, I did do the maths on that just now. And some may argue that Ford are very much getting their comeuppance for this because back in the day, Ford actually used to make their... And some will believe that Ford are very much getting their comeuppance for a decision they made a decade ago. See, back in the day, Ford used to make their F-150 pickup trucks out of steel. However, since 2015, they've made it from military-grade aluminium instead. Now, that does make the vehicle lighter, it does make it around the same strength as what it was before, and it's also considerably cheaper. However, now, this is going to cost them a lot of money because they would have been able to get the steel. You would wager anyway. And getting this military-grade aluminium from somewhere else just isn't really possible. Novelis are a specialized maker for this. They only really make this for the military, for Ford, and probably a few other smaller clients as well. Like I said, Ford makes up around half of their total clientele. And this also throws doubt on the future of work there as well. If it's having to downsize or something like that in terms of its operations, over 1,000 workers work there. So that's a lot of people's livelihoods on the line. And given the fact it's also in upstate New York, also tells you that there's not really a lot of work up there, to be honest, when it comes to that. It's in the Rust Belt for a reason. So yeah, really terrible news for Ford, terrible news for the auto industry in the United States, terrible for those aluminium workers as well. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below on this as always, guys, are appreciated. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always if you want to see more like this. Hopefully some better news on the way soon when it comes to this. And yeah, have a great day on the road today, guys. See you very soon.